Finding out what to do during a crisis such as the COVID-19 epidemic is extremely important. That means being able to identify reliable sources, knowing who to trust and who to ignore. This is a problem faced by our Tongan from time to time. Something we can see when they make comments about vaccinations and COVID-19 on Kōviti-19 social media accounts. When they claim that vaccines were not good or that the COVID was not real, we asked them to provide their sources of information. Most of them identified their sources as Tongan social media group accounts. Some said their sources were people who are well-known conspiracy theorists and anti-vaxxers, such as Indian-born American entrepreneur Dr. Shiva Ayadurai, whose work we have exposed in Kaniva News before. In November last year, we reported that Tongan anti-vaxxers were still circulating a 2-year-old video featuring Ayadurai, whose claims have long since been debunked. Ayadurai, who is not a medical doctor, is known for spreading conspiracy theories about the cause of COVID-19 and promoting unfounded COVID-19 treatments. His claims about how COVID-19 can be treated have been shown to be wrong by senior medical specialists and researchers. Why would people believe these sources? Often, it is simply because people are naive and do not know how to judge information about issues like COVID. As a result, they choose unreliable sources of information to support their stance against the vaccine. The problem is often made worse because people only talk to people or use sources that reinforce what they already think. Some people we have spoken to said that they got their information from listening to a local radio talkback show on which people were complaining about the side effects of the vaccines and saying this was why they thought the anti-COVID vaccines were bad. The people who were complaining on the radio were expressing their views about their body's reactions to the COVID. They have the right to express their opinions on the show, but in a case like this, the host should make clear that the callers were just expressing their opinions. The host should have also invited a health practitioner or a virologist to join the program to help clarify people's queries. Many people rely on the media for their information, but they need to think carefully about whether the media has acted professionally and given all the information required. So how do people identify reliable sources? Firstly, they should ask whether the people giving an opinion actually have the experience or the qualifications to be believed. Secondly, they should make sure that the source can provide proof and evidence to support whatever they are saying. And finally, if their source starts making wild claims about how COVID-19 doesn't exist, or that it is all a government plot, or that vaccinations put microchips in your brain, then they ask how likely or logical it seems. If it sounds crazy, it probably is and should be ignored.